Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and right now we're not going to make something. We've already made it. It was for the Amber and Thunderhorse Descendant challenge, which we've been doing, I was going to say once a month, but I think it's every other month. Last month, or the month before last, whenever we did the last one, we did the float challenge, and I made the ghost float necklace. This month we had a little pot, cute little porcelain pot. Well, it wasn't porcelain, it was terracotta with a little rope around it. It was adorable, and I thought it was so cute. And it took me a few minutes to decide what I wanted to do because I didn't want to make a necklace out of it. It was really not necklace material. Anyway, I don't think so. Other people might have made a necklace. I don't know what everybody else made from their challenge. But I made a sun catcher. So to start the sun catcher, I used a little of flour foam and stuffed it into the pot. And then after I put the foam in, I cut little eye pins. Well, they were ones I made with a wrap, and stuffed them into the pot. I also took the rope that was on it, there was only about yay long, wrapped it around a split ring, and then wire wrapped it to hold so it could, for a hanger for it. After that was done, I let it sit for a few minutes, and then I made a loop for in the bottom of the pot, for the bottom of the pot. You'll see what I was going to do with that in just a minute. So after that dried some, because I did put it on with E6000, I put some moss on my pot. After all, my pot was damp. So moss across the bottom of the pot. Then, while that dried, I made 6 bead strands, one really short one and 2 longer ones, or I should say 5 longer ones, with these beautiful crystals. Aren't those pretty? Well, let me tell you, they throw some rainbows. So after we did so, and on the bottom of those crystals or some other crystals, I wanted to have them all be this style of Egyptian crystal, but unfortunately I only had 5. This pretty little thing, isn't it gorgeous? And look at, you can see the flash even right now with it not being anywhere near the sun. Isn't that pretty? So that's on the bottom of 3 of the strands. The other 3 strands have a different style crystal, but it's still Egyptian crystal, so it's still really sparkly. These little ones. See again how it's sparkling? Isn't that pretty? So after I got all those bead strands done, and I decided it was dry enough to go forward with it, I hooked the tiny bead strand to the bottom of the pot. So it looks like the pot where the moss is at, like it's got a little drop of water dropping down from it. And then I did something much more difficult. Since I wasn't sure if the foam stuff was going to stick in really well, I took some resin and put in the top around on top of the green foam and around my my little wire wrapped eye pins. Now, once that dried, 3 of the 5 had resin in eye pins, so I had to take my Dremel and Dremel those out so that they were clear so I could get a jump ring in there. And so then I jump ringed the 5 strands onto into those little pins on the pot. And then it was done. And oh boy, is it pretty. So let me show you. So here she is. Isn't she gorgeous? Water dropping out of my pot. Little water drop on the moss. And if I turn it inward, you can see the resin and the hooks for the strands of beads. This one's hook is in the moss here. You can barely see it because the moss half covers it. So that's our water drop from out of the moss. And here's our waterfall in our sun catcher. In our little pot. And here we are with its hook that's wire wrapped here to hold it. So my pretty little sun catcher. Isn't that adorable? I loved this little pot. I had a lot of fun working with it. I think it's really cute. And yes, there is my pretty little pot sun catcher with its waterfall effect. And boy, when this gets in the sun, does it throw rainbows. Of course, it has a ton of crystals, including all those beautiful Egyptian crystals on the bottom of our drops, of our bead strands. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I really enjoyed making it. I'm seriously considering keeping it because I really like it. Here we go. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, working on the Amber and Thunderhorse Descendant challenge.